All right, so DJI just released a new firmware update for the Pocket 3 a couple days ago, and there's a couple of cool features in there, so I figured I'd make a quick video. Let's talk about some of the new things that we have on this recent update. Now, the update did come out in November 29th, and the firmware version, I'll leave this on screen as well as down below. All right, so the first thing we have is the ability to have 10-bit DLOG while in 120 or 120 frames a second. Now, the one thing I still hope that DJI will do is add in 120 option when you're just in standard video mode. In order for you to get to slow motion or 120, you have to click on the icon on the bottom left and then swipe over to slow-mo or slow motion. Swipe over, and you can now see here we have in the color section, it says normal. So we do have 4K 120 10-bit in normal mode. We also have it in HLG mode, and we also have DLOG M 10-bit in 4K 120 slow motion. And the next update we have on the Pocket 3 actually deals with the transmitter and the internal audio. Now, I'm actually really glad that they made this update because a lot of people were requesting this one. So if you do have the mic attached to the Pocket, basically all the audio that's coming through is going to be coming through this microphone here. But what a lot of people wanted, like myself too, wanted the ability to use not only this mic, but be able to record audio through the onboard mic that's on the Pocket 3. Through the setting here, you just swipe down, go to settings, scroll up, and you can see here, built-in mic audio backup. Click that, and then when you click this on, what this does now is that if you are using the DJI Mic 2, when you're recording, and this is toggled on, when you record, you are now able to record through this, and it'll also record audio through the microphones on board, and it'll actually save it as a separate WAV file. So you have the option to have basically two separate audio tracks, one that's coming from here, one that's coming from the internal mics, then actually the one that's baked into the video is the one that's coming through here. This is really good to have if you want to get some ambient noise. So sometimes you don't always want only the audio coming from here. You might also be having this with a talent and you might be talking through the camera and you want to pick up your own voice. You're able to do that now by switching the built-in audio backup function. Now, one thing to note, it does not work in low light mode in 4K 30, 25, as well as it does not work in the slow motion mode 4K 120. Next up that we have is the ability to use the Pocket 3 as a webcam in 1080p 60 frames a second. Once you plug it into your laptop or your iPad here, you'll get the prompt that says you want to use it as a file transfer or webcam. Click on webcam. And then when you swipe up from the bottom, you will now see the option 1080p 25 and 30, as well as 1080p 50 and 60. Next feature that was added on this firmware update is the support for Selfie Flip in time-lapse shooting mode. So if you wanted to flip the camera and do a time-lapse, you are able to do that. You just have to go over to time-lapse by clicking on the very bottom left, swipe over to time-lapse, click on that, and then now you are, of course, have your options to change all of your settings here in time-lapse, but you are now able to use that selfie icon here at the very bottom. Click that, and now you can go back into selfie mode. Or if you triple tap on the stick, 2, 3, it'll then also rotate. But you do have the ability to now flip or selfie flip. Next feature that was added, which is a nice one because I've had this happen to me a few times, when the transmitter is not connected to your Pocket 3, and if it's not recording, like if you're using this as a standalone, if it's not recording for more than 15 minutes, it will then go into an auto shutoff. Next feature we have is in the guides on the Pocket 3. Now, I normally will have something like the third grid on, but we also have a new one, which is a 2.35 to 1 guide reference lines. So if I switch this out here, go back to video, and let me tilt this down so you can actually see it. If I swipe down, go over to settings, swipe up, and then you will see here, it'll be reference line, and then you'll see grid. I can turn on grids, and it'll give me the standard kind of third grid lines. If I turn that one off and turn on the 2.35 to 1 and close that out, you can actually see now there is a really faint line, a little gray line. So let me cover up the camera so you can actually see it because it is pretty light. But right here, you can actually see really light gray lines on the top and bottom. And that gives you now a reference guide for 2.35 to 1 aspect ratio. After the next one, we jump back over to the Mic 2. Just another performance and connection stability update. as well as they fixed some minor bugs on both transmitters and the Pocket 3. And there it is, quick little video talking about the firmware update. I'm also gonna have another video talking about my experience using the Pocket 3 for the past few months. If you guys do wanna see that, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. And if you guys wanna know everything about the Pocket 3, I've made a ton of videos on it. I'll leave a link above as well as down below in the video description. As always, if you guys got some value from this video, a big like would be much appreciated. This is Ultra Stasio with FlytPath.com. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.